So just yesterday, when I was out exploring the trail, I saw this. It's a long procession of ants that goes on for several meters, like a super busy highway, having ants going both ways. Some of the ants are carrying cocoons and larvae. Their previous nest could have been destroyed by either rain or humans. As a result, they'll organize a massive, unified effort to move the entire colony to a new place. Even though they might still bump into each other sometimes. Besides being strangely satisfying to watch this ant highway go on forever, which I did a lot as a kid, there are just so many interesting things about ants that makes me love them so much. Which is the reason why I want to make this video today, to explain to you why I love ants so much and hopefully convert some of you into my ant-loving obsession. And I mean, obsession. Alright, let the conversion begin. So, one of the first things I love about ants is how they cooperate to achieve everything. Moving things, hunting, taking care of the young, and eating. They have evolved to have a behavior called trophallaxis. What is trophallaxis? In short, eat as many things as you can so you can throw it all up later and feed your family. Here, the smaller worker ant has filled herself up with food and came back to the queen. They will first communicate with their antenna, and the worker will feed the queen through trophallaxis. This transfer of food is what allows the queen to never leave the safety of her nest and still be able to survive. Ants have evolved to have a social stomach that can store food to be able to regurgitate it later when needed. You can think of each individual ant as a cell in a human, all serving towards one body, but in case of the ants, they serve the queen. Which brings me to the second reason why I love ants so much. To me, the queen represents the ultimate definition of an inspiring story. But to understand this story, we first need to understand how ants reproduce. Have you ever wondered where other queens come from? Where do we get new queens? When a colony is big enough, the queen will start creating elates, which are winged ants. These are the male and the virgin queens. Once a year, the elates from many different ant colonies will simultaneously fly into the air to mate, which is what we call the nuptial flight. The mated new queens will then land and go on to start their own individual colonies. The new queen now mated has the entire fate of the empire on her back. However, there's just one problem having a mile-high giant blind date party. Really easy for predators to find. She now needs to land safely, find a nest, and raise her young, all while trying to avoid all kinds of different predators like birds, bats, spiders, geckos, lizards, frogs. I can go on and on. When I'm out searching for queens, sometimes I would find these queens without the belly or missing a few legs. This is actually the leftover from birds eating new queens during the nuptial flight. If she managed to avoid all that dangers and land safely, she now needs to find a safe place to start her nest. And if she doesn't do this fast enough, she'll risk of being spotted by predators in the morning. If miraculously she manages to get through all the hurdles I just talked about, she will now enter a 2-month fast. Yes, she will not eat for 2 whole months, dissolving her wing muscle, which is now no longer needed, turn it into food to feed her young. After her first worker emerged from her cocoon, the queen now begins her reign that can last up to 30 years. She can finally relax a little bit and leave the work to her workers, which she well deserved after everything she had went through. Nuptial flights for us ant keepers is actually the most important event of the year. If you want to find a queen and raise a colony yourself, this is the time to go out and look for them. It also is a huge reason why I love ant keeping. If you want a specific species of ant, you have to do the research and go out and catch them yourself. It's kind of like catching Pokemon. And once you have caught them, you can observe their growth from a lonely new queen to an amazing, thriving colony. The whole process is super satisfying. I also made a video documenting this entire process. If you are interested, I'll put the link in the description. At the end of the day, I love ants also because I love the outdoors. There are just so many ants out there. In Taiwan alone, there are almost 300 different species. And I just really enjoy going out and finding different ants and seeing what I can discover. this is 臭菊山蚁 Camponotus habereri, and is an ant that is endemic to Taiwan. Their bodies are made of this gorgeous vermilion color with striking stripe patterns on their abdomen. And don't get fooled by their name, they aren't actually stinky at all. It is rumored that when they were first discovered, the ants sprayed formic acid at the scientists who found them, and it smelled funny. So he gave them this name 臭菊山蚁. But spraying formic acid is actually quite a common practice among many different ants. They do this to defend themselves, so it seems really unfair that only 臭菊山蚁 gets the bad name. To me, they're just as special as Taipei 101 when it comes to representing Taiwan. The only difference is that not a lot of people know about them. For this video, I went to Yangmingshan to shoot a lot of this footage, and I saw many types of different interesting ants as well as animals. I had a lot of fun shooting these, and I hope you have as much fun watching it too. So this video is sort of my love letter to ants, and hopefully you will understand a little bit why I love them so much, and if I've converted some of you into my ant loving cult, leave a comment below and let me know. If you enjoyed the video today, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon, and you will probably be seeing more content about ants in the future. I'll see you next time.